good evening. Welcome to your Sunday Tonic conversation with the Love Crusade. I'm looking away because I'm trying to set up a computer system by my side. Hey, we're here. It's the Love Seat. And you know the Love Seat is my favorite segment of conversation with the Love Crusader. Every first Sunday of the month, we bring you a beautiful love story. We are here to tell you marriage works. Love is beautiful. It's working out there, and there are people who are making it work. So yours can work. There's a lot of people who are afraid of marriage. You talk, they say, "Oh, I'm afraid of marriage." Now come here, another beautiful love story today. If you're coming across this platform for the first time, it's called Conversation with the Love Crusader. It's a platform where we talk about love, we talk about life and relationships. We try to have fun when we do so. So there's going to be a lot of laughter and fun. You can connect with us on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, all across. I'm here preaching about love and teaching about love. Okay, I'm super excited because this is one edition I have looked forward to. I have in the studio my sister and my brother by marriage. Because and so I hope this edition is not going to be a partial edition because I am in the studio with my sister, Priscilla Obiye Alapa. Sorry, let me use the original name. I'll come back to the is my sister. We grew up together, same church, same ministry. Our parents are pastors. We are both PK kids. And one thing I love about her family, her dad is one of the most humble pastors I've ever met. Her mom, one of the most hardworking pastor's wife I've ever met. So it's no wonder that they produce this wonderful, hardworking, beautiful, brilliant CEO that is sitting. There are not small people sitting here today, big people. And then she got this handsome Enugu brother. Igbo men like good thing, eh? You know my husband. Oh, you said what?
Imo.
I know it's Igbo. I just said Igbo.
Imo State.
Oh, it's from Imo State. You see, Igbo men, they like good things. When they see good thing, they grab it. You know, my husband is Igbo too. So
yeah.
The Igbo men, they like good things. Anyways, welcome to the show, Canis. Welcome, Obiye.
Thank you.
So lovely to have you both here. You are welcome. You're welcome. So people who have been telling us, I want to watch this. It's time. Come hear their love story. We are going to begin right away because 1 hour is not usually enough when we start having fun. So let's begin with your love story. How did you meet? What attracted you to each other?
You want me to start a bit? Okay.
Start now.
I should start.
Okay,
because I'm the finder who they find.
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so how did we meet? I think we met by me sending a Facebook message, actually. Yeah, we met by me sending a Facebook message. Though I served in a state where she later served and all that, but I didn't see her, I didn't meet her. Okay, so one of the days, all I did was to, look out for her on Facebook. Okay, I had seen a picture of their group picture online, and I said, no, I want to meet this lady.
Which group picture?
NCCF group picture, right? So there's NCCF group picture.
Okay.
So from the family house, what we call family house then in NCCF, okay? So they posted that picture and I saw her. I was like, hey, yeah, I'm going to look out for her. Let me find out who this lady is. And that was that. I think I sent a message on Facebook and I think she didn't reply immediately. Sure. I mean, she still didn't reply immediately, but I had to go look out for her and then look out for who I know should know her and made a call and said, hey, I don't know about this lady. So that was me trying to find out about her. But I mean, I think it's all about Facebook. So without Facebook, I wouldn't have actually known her or seen her. So it was Facebook showing her to me and me taking my move and making my move and taking a shot to send a message. I think she later on replied me. And from there, I mean, just like you said, when you see a golden stuff, you have to go out for it. So, and yeah, I went out for it, and that started it. That started it. Though it was a long stuff. I mean, well, I used to be a very, 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 very religious person.
Okay, wait, Canis, wait. There's a question that's now burning in my head.
Okay.
What actually did you see on Facebook that made you so interested in finding out more about this lady?
Okay, so, well, there is this, I don't know how to put it, but I don't want to sound religious here, but, there's when you see someone, there's the kind of virtue that come out, right? Like a lady looks very virtuous, right? So that virtuousness in quote was quite glaring. It was out there. So when you see it, I saw it and I said, no, let me find out deeper to find out whether, make one or two. That was just that. I think the picture, not like when ladies post, there is this sensualizing pictures and all of that, but as a picture you see, it depicts virtue, like someone who you should actually go for, that kind of thing.
Holy. So pictures can depict virtue.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just hearing that part too.
You see, that is why our love stories are good. Okay. Sister Bie, tell us your side of the story.
Okay, so my side of the story. Well, before I met him, I had not been someone who is into relationships, maybe boyfriend, girlfriend, dating. I've always been the type to look forward where I'm going. And so I had just graduated from the university and then went to serve. I got into a relationship with someone then, and my parents were even aware of the relationship, though the person was in another state. In fact, I said yes to the person over the phone. We had not even met. And then I went for my NYC and came back from my NYC, and the person served me breakfast, hot breakfast. The person said God spoke to him that he had to let go of me, that he has prepared me for someone else, and that if he doesn't go, that person will not come. It's very strange. It was crazy. This person was crying like a child. The whole family, everybody, as if they were mourning. It was crazy. And my relationship with the person, I know the person, even till today, some people say, I know, maybe he has seen somebody. I keep vouching. I say, this person didn't see anybody. This person has a relationship with God. This person hears well and all of that. It was very traumatizing for both parties, and all of that. So when that happened, my dad was like, do you know that I knew that this person was not your husband? But I just wanted God to direct it. I'm like, what's this? So it was at that point, then I spoke to someone who was our NCCF person, so fellowship person. I said, do you know that this relationship has ended? And he was like, Mama, because I was state sisters coordinator for the NCCF in Ekiti State, where he finished from a year ahead of me. So coincidentally, the person who I told about the relationship that didn't work was now the person he called to find out about me. So it was just kind of a coincidence. No other person.
It's not a coincidence. It's orchestrated by God. This is how God orchestrates things. Go on.
So when he called the person, he was like, Mama was in a relationship. Then we say, if you're in a relationship, they say you're shaking. So Mama was shaking in family house, so she was in a relationship. But she just called me 3 weeks ago and said the thing ended. And it was just the same period he called the person. So when the person gave him a go ahead that Mama is not dating anybody, or she's not seeing any, in fact, she's still crying over the one that just passed. So it was at that point he said he decided to send me messages on social media. And I didn't even respond at first. But when he came, he didn't come like he was looking for anything. He came like, this is the former evangelism coordinator. So I was trembling. I said, when you hear from your G, you tremble. And I was like, rugged, Papa, not knowing that brother was coming for something else. So that was it. I said hello back, and we started gisting. And then straight up, say I want to marry. I'm like, hello. You don't know me from anywhere. You want to do what? You want to marry? And like I he just jumps into a nice bus from Lagos, and here we are today.
Wow. Okay, so apart from being a papa, what was the reason why you said yes? I know he told us he saw a very virtuous picture, a very holy sister. So holy sisters are trending. Holy sisters are marrying now. Oh, sisters, are you listening? Be listening. Okay, sorry. Let's come back to the story. What attracted you, Obie, to say yes?
Almost. Should I talk?
Talk. That we are here to talk it all. Say it.
Okay, so I actually gave him a big no. That's the truth.
Bam.
Yes, because when he came, I'm like, so the thing is, I like the fact that he was straightforward. Even before he came to my parents' house, he had settled in his mind that this is the wife he wants to marry. So the first thing was that you are checking a lady to marry you. You are entering night bus. You didn't fly. Voila.
Glory.
You didn't see aeroplane. You didn't book flights. You are squeezing inside also facing that night bus to come and marry. What's this? So that one was like, hey God, I beg, I can't do. And then he didn't want to do it. I'm last born where I'm coming from. And the only girl for that matter.
Yes.
So
you're our pampered baby. I know. Continue.
You know now.
I know.
And then here's this man, me that I've been used to pampering, coming straight up. No, you're not even betting me. Just say you want to come and marry. So we allowed him finish. My dad asked him to go and pray. And so when he left, I looked at my mom. My mom looked at me. Said, is it this man that is just coming like this? You want to marry? I said, it's not me. And so we laughed and then we canceled it. But then I kept praying about it. I was not even praying at first. And then one of the days, my dad, you know my dad very well. You know him. Before now, he doesn't interrupt anybody's affairs. He just asks you to pray, trust God. He doesn't have any personal interest. And then one of the days, my dad walks into my room and just say, hello, young woman. I said, sir. He said, Emeka, you see that man, Emeka, that's your husband. And the earlier you settle it in your mind and go and start building your home, the better for you. Now, I know a lot of people on social media will say, so did they choose for you? And all of those things. No, I need to ask a lot of questions. We need to do this one and we need to do all of those things are very good. Yeah. However, I think that was just a pointer for me from God to speak through one of the voices that I respect, And so when he said that thing, it wasn't ordinary. It didn't sound ordinary. It was like instructive.
Yeah. And
I'm like, God, but I don't like this guy. And then I don't know why he was not fine in my eyes. It's not like now that he's fine in my eyes. I'm like, God, I don't like this guy. He's not fine in my eyes. Guys, he's Igbo. I wanted to marry a Northerner. So I was like, God, if this is you, make me to even like him small. How will I enter a house that I don't like I'm not attracted? It was then, after that time, it was as if a veil was removed from my eyes. And I started to see the qualities that he had. And I started to see that this is somebody that doesn't play around. If he sees something he wants, he goes for it. He's a person of faith, and he's someone that I can respect. He's someone that can instruct me and I follow. And I started to see that this is someone that can lead me and I go, And I started to look at all of these things that I wasn't even looking before. I was just looking at the outward, you're entering night bus, all of these things. So that point, I started seeing all of the virtue, all of the leadership role, because sometimes I could be strong-willed, and I really needed someone that I could listen to, that could say, hey, sit, and I sit, and I know it's for the greater good, or go and I go without even looking back, I know it's for the greater good. So I saw all of those things, very decisive. He wants to take a decision. He doesn't fear. Like, a lot of humans are fearful. They want to take a decision. They will think for 100 years. He doesn't do all of those things. If he says, this is what we want to do, he jumps up. And that was like the direct opposite of who I am. I will finish calculating all the things that can go wrong. So when I saw that, I said, this person is courageous, he's brave, he has faith, and he's very decisive. I think those are some of the things I look forward to in a partner. So why not give it a shot? And so my heart started opening up to him, and I started, the kind of conversations we were having, because he was straight. Hey, voila. So I like gist. I like something I would have said in a line, straightforward, and all of that. And so here while I was taking the decision, so it wasn't just about but God had me up, and then to see what really mattered.
Wow.
So that's it.
Wow, what a story. What a
Not so romantic.
You said this, what kind of romance? What other kind of romance are we looking for here? It's not about, and I think this is where people miss it. There's too much concentration on the butterflies, on the, the physical, like you were just talking about now. Those things, they come and go. Feelings, how I'm feeling now. I'm feeling, all fluttery. When I see him, I want to melt. Hello. All of those will come and go. And if that is the only thing that the relationship is built on, what happens when it goes? So this love story that has sustained you till now, this is the best romantic story. What other story? What other romance? How many years have you been married? Let them hear. Let them hear it. Let them hear it.
Well, I've been married for
I think we've been married for 8 years. So I wanted to point out something. Okay, so along the line of all of these stories, there was another stuff Obiye did that was quite interesting that I would like ladies to actually pick up on, right? Mm-hmm. So while we are calling, chatting, and all of that, right? So I needed to do one training. In fact, she actually paid for a training and asked me to go for that training. And then, at this point, I hadn't given her anything. I don't think I've given her anything, but in fact, she was the first person to give me money, if I should say that, right?
Wow.
So that sounds interesting. So ladies actually come from the point, a man, give me, and all of that. But this lady was the first to actually give me money. So she wanted me to attend a training. And before I could say Jack, she has paid for the training and actually referred me to that training. So, so when you see that stuff, that's kind of impression it gives you, right? So I think that was another pointer. And then I think another pointer, I'm an Igbo man, though I'm not into business yet, but an Igbo man, when she told me she did business administration, I said, yes, this is it. So I said, I've seen a businesswoman. So wow, these were stuff that were quite encouraging.
I am hearing things today. I'm hearing things today. Hey, Obiye, you gave man your money in this generation.
They don't cast me.
They don't cast you. But imagine, it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. And people don't understand. I wish that everyone would really understand some of these things as we say them. He already saw you as someone who can help him grow, who can help him be better. You were already seeing him as a man that is strong, but he saw you as somebody. And what man would not want a woman that can help him grow? What man would not want that kind of woman? There are a lot of ladies who will tell you today, in fact, the ones who are already married women in their husband's house, they don't give their husbands money. How much more one guy out there say, you gave him money for what? But look at it today. Are you regretting that you gave the money?
I've collected more.
8 years after, wisdom. I'm sure that's your money.
1,000% ROI. Return on interest.
You're a correct businesswoman. You're a correct businesswoman. She invested. She knew that she would get over 1,000% in return of that.
I actually didn't even remember that thing. You know, it was after we even got married. He was mentioning it at some point, and I'm like, really? I paid for something like that? I couldn't even remember, because personally, I'm big on personal development. So I've had people. I see opportunities. I point it to them. I said, this thing will be good for you. There's someone in the US currently. She's doing her PhD, very young, under 30, and got a massive opportunity, fully funded. And you know, it was, how did it start? I saw her, she graduated with the first class. I said, no, you can't be here. And the course was a fantastic course. I said, you have to leave this place, you have to go develop yourself, you have potential to do so much. And she was like, me? How? And I saw a training like that, and I paid for her. And she was shocked. Like, wow. How? You know, and I sent her the link. I said, go for this training. And today she's out of here. You know, recently she sent me a video from the US. She was literally crying, saying thank you. And I'm like, so I think it was just part of my life I was living, but I never knew I even did that. So it was after we got married, he was like, do you remember this thing you did? I'm like, I can't remember.
So, if you're joining us for the first time, this show is called Conversation with the Love Crusader. And this is our Love Seat edition. We are here live with OBA and Canis Obi, and they are sharing their beautiful love story with us. We're going to take a short break, a water break actually. Just go sip water. And if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go find the channel, subscribe to the channel, share this story, follow us on Facebook. We will be right back. Welcome back. If you're here, we are here live with OBA and Canis Obi, and they've just told us their love story, how they met. If you missed it, well, now you've got to listen to the questions we are going to ask them. We are into the question segment now, and they'll be answering a few questions for us. The first is the rapid question, so let's go there. Are we ready? Are we ready?
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so you're just going to point each other, and if you point the same person, then that's a 2-point score for you. If you point different persons, you miss. Do we understand? So let's go there. Number 1, who is the spender?
See the spender.
Okay. Who first said I love you? All right. Who remembers important dates? Okay. Who prays more? I know you're a praying couple. Mama prayer. How can you not pray? Are you not your mother's daughter? Okay. Who disciplines the children more? Okay. Who apologizes first? Oh.
Yeah, they keep malice.
Who is more romantic? We deliver you, Jesus. Let's move on. Who is more romantic? No, don't miss that one.
No, not. Oh, Jesus.
Who is not? Or what is the question? Please, I missed the question.
Who is more?
Who is more? Okay.
Yeah, more romantic.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, who calls the other more? Phone call when you're away from yourselves.
I call more, man.
Obie did not answer that one quick. Were you waiting for him to talk?
Okay, yes, fast. I'm sorry.
Who controls the TV remote?
TV remote.
Mm-hmm.
We are not but TV people.
TV people. Good. Good. Who is best dressed?
I think I do better.
Him.
Really?
Yes.
I thought that would have been you, Obi. Okay. Who is more helpful? Helpful around the house, domestic.
Helpful around the house.
No.
Hey, Leo.
Okay. I think I might know this one, but okay, the last one. Who is more social? It has to be. It just has to be. I mean, we pray the blood of Jesus to get Candice to come on the show. Okay, wonderful. Very good score. Well done. You did very well. That's all for the rapid question. Let's go to the nitty-gritty. I always call this one the nitty-gritty because it requires you to give some form of explanation as to why your answer is your answer. So, let's get to know you better. And let's get to know what you think of, what to do better. Don't be afraid. Question 1 to 10, pick a number. So when Obie picks a number, the next time it will be Candice. Whoever picks a number gets to answer the question first. And if the partner has something to say, then you can add. Is that okay?
Yeah, that works.
Right. So let's go. Who wants to go first? Pick a number. Did you say 8?
3.
3. Ha. All right. Question number 3. Do you have a love song? This is not church love song. It's not Jesus I Love You song, bro. Do you have a love song? If yes, sing it. Sing that song I used to sing.
I don't have a love song actually, so that's crazy. I don't know how to sing.
That was one major heartbreak. My husband cannot even sing praising that Lord. Like, he does not know how to sing.
You don't need to know how to sing. You just need to have one love song that you use to totori your babe, you know. Well, and no matter how the voice is, because she know you are singing it out of love, you know, she will not really mind. You get it? So, anyways,
he does not sing.
I don't sing.
So what he does to make up, he plays songs. He knows the kind of songs I like, and so he plays them maybe on YouTube.
Then okay, so just tell me one of those. That's a love song. The kind of song you like, or is it Choma Jesus?
Okay, the genre of music I like, you know it.
Well, she likes country. Okay, so sometimes I go to YouTube and play all that stuff. And I'm not a music person. Actually, I can't actually give the lyrics of those songs, but I can actually go to the YouTube and search the ones she wants and get it played.
That's love. That's love. You're doing something. That's love. Well done. You know, that's what we're talking about. Okay, all right. Another question number then.
That's going to come from Obie, right?
Okay, from me.
Yes, Obie, yes. Pick a number.
Okay. 7.
I like the way people are going. 7, 3 and 7. I understand. All right. Which is your most effective communication tool? I'm happy that we are asking you this question because you already started indicting yourself earlier on. So go on.
Okay, my most effective.
Yes, communication tool.
I think what works for us is I send him messages.
Okay.
So my husband he could have left the house, let's say at 8 a.m. and then before he drives to the office, WhatsApp message is waiting for him. because when I want to talk, like I said, I can talk 10 paragraphs, but he just wants one line. So saying it verbally, I could just drop exactly what I want to say, and I think that right, no problem, straight line answers. Yeah, so now
that's why you're my sister, but I will not say more than that. Let's move on. And I think it's a very effective tool. It works. A lot of us use it, and it does work. Okay, can you speak another number? I will say more than that before I report myself too.
Let's pick 2.
Question number 2. Good. So, what is the one thing you believed about relationships before, but you no longer believe it now that you're married? Maybe before you got married, you used to have an impression of this is what relationship or marriage is. But right now, it's changed. Just one. I know it might be more than one, but just give us one.
Okay, basically, I will reference the what we call love. I don't know what that is actually. I think before now I thought there was something called love, but after marriage, I don't think there is anything called love. I think it's the relationship thing is about two people who have to tolerate each other and make a decision to work with each other. Yes, if you call that love, that becomes love. But the idea or the definition we had about love, or I had about love before marriage, was quite different, right? That there is this kind of rosy fantasy stuff that makes everybody live in the moon and live in the heavens and all that. But I mean, that does not work. That doesn't exist. It's not there. So when you get into marriage, you find out that reality sets in. So there's something like love. For me, in quote, nothing like love. It's a decision to live with someone. And in that decision to live with someone is quite challenging, it's quite demanding, it's quite tasking. So you have to make up your mind to actually, it's a decision. So if you call that decision love, I agree with you, love. But if you don't call it love, but for me, I won't call it love, okay? Because I found out that it's actually far beyond what we are told about love before we got married, okay? So getting into marriage opened my eyes to the realities of two people living together, working together, and achieving their goals together. It's more than love, okay? So that's what my eyes opened to after marriage.
Fantastic. The only point I don't agree with is not calling it love. Actually, that is love.
Okay. Like I said, if you call it love, good, I'm okay with it. But
the real love is that one that you are saying is taxing, is challenging, is demanding. If you've not experienced that, you've not actually experienced love. Because, like you said, love is a choice. You know, we've always said it on this platform, and most cases when people come, we say, what's your definition of love? We've gotten so many definition of this thing we call love. But one thing that is always constant is the fact that love is a choice. You choose to continue to love this person irrespective of what happens, of the challenges, of how difficult, of what you see. When we were growing up, I don't know whether you will remember, there was one time we had one marriage seminar. They told us that marriage is like a package, it's wrapped.
Yes.
You don't know what is inside. So when you get home, you unwrap your package, and anything you see inside, you continue to live
what you get.
Yeah.
So people confuse the feeling, like I was saying at the beginning, the butterflies in the stomach, the warmness, the fuzziness. Well, it's all part of it, but that is not the real thing. The real thing, the nitty-gritty, is that love is a choice. And there are times when your choice will be tested.
Definitely.
When people come to my premarital classes, I tell them, auntie, uncle, if you are not ready, don't start. Because love will be tested. Love that is not tested is not love. And when your test has stood the test of time, that's when you can say, yes, I am in love. I love this person. And I know what love is. So, yes, thank you. Fantastic. I like that response. And I agree with you, my brother. It's different. As one who used to read lots of romance novels, as a girl growing up, it's very different. So, okay. Pick a number.
Question
number what?
Question 5.
Aha. I'm happy that you're the one that is asking this question. These things always work for me. Without me making it like that, it will just be happening. All right. The question is, what 2 traits, just tell us only 2, because I know there will be more, did you learn from your upbringing that is shaping your marriage now? Maybe something you learned when you were growing up, something you saw in your parents, or something you saw in others, but it's shaping how you behave right now in your marriage.
Okay, I think one of the greatest impacts, or one of the greatest virtue that has impacted my life is contentment.
Mm,
I saw my parents live it practically. Like, we went through a lot of stuff growing up. You know our background, you know our pedigree was
mm,
crazy.
mm.
And I saw my mom and dad being content with the little they could afford at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so that has made me grow up, and it's helping me build my home in that, that's in that same spirit of contentment. I know how to, like Apostle Paul will say, I know how to abound and abase. I can do with a little, I can do with plenty. And some people may see it as maybe you like the life of managing. For me, it's not it. I just see it as, if there is abundance, why not? Oh, and if there is, we need to press calculator and manage. It's very, I don't know. Him, it's not like that. Like, when you answer the question, who is the spender? I say, it's the spender. For me, I sometimes see, like, he forces me, go and buy dress. This week, he ordered it for me. He ordered another one. So he's the one that is always doing the, even my dress. He ordered it. He was like, he's the one that is always doing the stuff. For me, I just leave. Sometimes say I do like a boki. And I see that it has really helped me. It keeps my eyes in front of me. Nothing drags me from around the corner. So that's one, contentment. It has helped me a whole lot. Then another virtue, I think integrity. Yeah. Your yes being your yes. I fall in love with people who have integrity, both when I do business as a business person, or I hire employees, and or partnerships. I go into partnerships with people. I see, when I meet people who have integrity, I think it's everything. So I don't look at people's flamboyance. I don't look at how well they speak, and all of those things. Those things are important. But when I meet someone who has integrity, who keeps their word, my eyes just light up. You can see it in me. I become very comfortable around them. I trust them and all of that. So contentment and integrity, it has helped me a lot, even in the way I relate with other people. And yeah, it has really helped me.
Fantastic, fantastic. And yes, as someone who knows you growing up, I can totally relate with what you're talking about. I mean, I believe that even the integrity comes from your parents, your upbringing, your dad, your mom. So yes, the reason we always ask questions like this is the fact that people don't understand that whether we like it or not, we are shaped by where we are coming from, and we bring it into our marriages. Whatever way that Canis was brought up and the way you are brought up, both of those upbringing comes together when you come together in a marriage. So beautiful ones, contentment, we need it. We all need it, don't we? We all need it. And thank God, God always gives, opposites to each other, so that you'll not be looking like, okay, let's move on. Thank you, Bro Canis, for helping us to help her. Keep helping her. Okay, I think we have time for one more question from both of you before we go to the last final question. Now, so Bro Canis, your question.
Okay, I think I can do number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4. Yeah.
Okay. 3 words, only 3 words. We don't want statements. 3 words that best describe your partner.
3 words that best describe my partner.
Yes, adjectives. How can you qualify her? 3 words.
I don't know. Obia is excellent. I mean, she's excellent.
1,
She's fantastic. 1. So I don't know. That's all I can describe about her.
1 more. Right? Excellent.
1
fantastic.
More.
1 more.
Yeah, she's virtuous. Yeah.
She's virtuous. Oh, I like that word. Virtuous Women Fellowship. I'm sure that
CVLC Virtuous Women Fellowship.
My mom will be very proud of you, Obiye. you came out of a virtuous woman.
Please, mommy should watch this video.
I hope she watches it.
Let me get my accolades.
so that she knows as a grandma that she has.
She has done well.
She has done well, producing virtuous granddaughters everywhere. It's so beautiful when a husband can say, my wife is virtuous. And this was the quality he saw before he married you, and it means you're still keeping it up. So keep it up, baby girl. Excellent. Fantastic. Hey, man, dictionary don't finish. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Thank you so much. Next question. Pick your last one over here. Question what?
Question 1. Yes.
Question what?
Yeah. One. Number 1.
One.
Yeah.
All right. It's a good way to end the show. Not a good way to end the show. What was your first fight? Don't tell us the details. What we really want to know is, what 2 lessons did you learn from it? Because conflict comes in relationship. There's no need to pretend about it. I don't ask people whether they have conflict. I know they have conflict. You cannot take 2 people from different upbringing, bring them into a house and tell me, oh, this ones, they've never quarreled. It's a lie. They are lying. They tell you they've never quarreled. They are lying. But what is important is, what do we take away from that conflict? So, Obiye, it's good that you're the one.
Are you sure I should not give the gist of the fights?
We you want to give us the gist? Oh yeah, give the gist now. Oh yeah, give us.
Okay, so I think what happened was, you know me, I grew up in Abuja from nursery school to university, masters, and then I got married and we moved to Onitsha. You know, and you know, there's the contrast of environment was very, like, from a multicultural environment to a you know, monocultural environment. So I remember then I always used to cry, like I didn't know anybody around there, just follow man, you know, that kind of thing. So and so when he's leaving for work, I'll just start crying. When he's coming back, he'll meet me cry. And one of the days, he just came back and he warned me seriously. He said, it's like, you think you came here to play. It's like you're not ready to be married yet. You're crying. Yeah, you want to go to your parents. And so he counted money, I can't forget. Counted money like this, kept it on the table. Said, before I come back in the evening, make sure you have gone. I'm not pursuing you. Don't tell them that I pursue you. Any day you are ready to come and do this marriage thing, to be here, like your mind should be here. You want to do. He said,
you are ready to tell Onitsha, you can come back.
I'll give you. You know, and so when that happened, hey, I was beat. I was like, hey, who is this military person? You know my background. They used to pet me. This one is not even saying sorry. But I didn't want to talk. I will not eat. I will cook. I will not eat. It was crazy. I was like, you can't even beg me. You're giving me transport. So when that happened, I'm like, I need to understand who I've married like this. So crying all this crying, doing pity does not move him. Do you understand? So it made me learn about his personality. He will tell you, if I talk to you, talk back at me. If I tell you something, speak back at me. Don't be weeping. Don't. So he didn't like all of those things. Those feminine, be crying. So if there's something I don't, tell me to my face. And I was not used to all those things, so I had to learn that. So it taught me that when you meet people, when you get into a relationship, don't take it the way you've been used to. Learn the person you have come to marry. So most times I make some jokes on social media. I'm like, oh, I married a military man, because it's only straight jacket, straightforward. So now when I want to communicate with him, I know how to just give him the bars, and you give me the goals, and then we'll know that. So before I used to be a crybaby, but now I've overcome.
The cry is not working. Oh my God. And can you imagine that God will carry a last born, a baby, an only daughter, to go and give a little man? Oh my God, God is so wonderful. But the beauty of it is that you now understand that, what is the essence of crying? You know, there are some people that when you cry, they start rolling up and down, and they
exactly,
it's not working for this one. So let's reset. Let's be more assertive in our communication. I think he was trying to tell you to be assertive, to talk, to communicate, because most times when we are in that weepy stage, we are quite emotional, and emotions sometimes, you know, they becloud us, they becloud our judgment and how we think. Why am I even speaking for him? Canis is here. Okay, but I'm trying to understand. Because somebody will be out there saying, this girl married a hard man, no. So she was crying and you gave her transport to go back home. Did you really think she was going to go back, Candice? Let me ask you that question. Did you think she was going to go back?
Well, I think that sounds crazy, but I think somehow is real. Okay, so we actually have to face facts, realities. Realities are realities, and love is love. You've told me that it's still love, right?
Yes.
So realities is realities. If at that point she needed to, get into herself and come back, that's fine for us. We're all going to enjoy it afterwards. But at that point in time, I feel no. Like you see, if you keep that begging or petting, it's going to continue. You're not going to solve that problem. So, but if you hit it, to the wall, and then we come back and we got it amended, I think it works actually.
It did work.
It does work.
And that's why you're doing it 8 years after. And I'm sure, are you still in Odicha or Enugu now? I don't know, but I know you're still in the East, and you've made it a home for yourself, for your business, and you are not like the mother of the East self, you that was crying to go back before. So, it did work. It did work. All right. Last one before we wrap up today, because our time is really, really running out on us now. This is another compulsory question that we always ask at the end of the show. What's your advice to the singles? There's one brother out there who is looking now. There's one sister out there who's also watching us. What's your advice to them? Bro Candice will give us advice for the brothers, and then Sister Obie will give us advice for the sisters.
Okay. Man out there who wants to marry or who wants to get involved with the love of his life and all of that, right? So what I'm going to tell the person is that don't actually, sometimes if you look down on yourself, you might not go for what you truly want. So irrespective of who you think the lady is, go out for it. Just approach her, talk to her. Yeah. Like speak with her. Because, so something happens. When I look at our wedding pictures or pre-wedding pictures, I'm like, excuse me, young lady, why did you marry this guy? Like, I'm not going to marry myself if I was that person, I'm not going to marry myself because I wasn't being married at that time. That's the truth. See, if I look at that picture, I will tell her, excuse me, did you actually say yes to me? Like, the contrast is quite high, okay? But so if I was looking at that, oh wow, one beautiful lady out there, why should do you think you're what that lady and all of that? You'll be messing things up, right? So let's go out there and approach the lady you think you actually want or you believe she's the one you can live with. Approach her, talk with him, talk with her. Yeah, approach her. I think that's my counsel. And again, you must again have. I think one of the things I can say work for me is that I know what I want. That is one. Know what you want. Two, you have to believe in yourself again. Because one thing I found out that if you don't believe in yourself, you can't actually communicate. You can't communicate actually. So if you have that confidence in you, it helps you to communicate to a lady. And I think women just want to hear those words. Even when those words are not reality at the moment, they just want to hear those words. And those words can actually make them say yes to you before the actual reality sets in. Yeah, that would be my advice.
Fantastic advice. I think that's kind of advice my husband would give too. You people might be brothers. Let's go and check. Because I remember that up till our wedding, a lot of people kept telling my husband I was deceiving him. She will not marry you, that girl from that pedigree, from that kind of family. Who are you? A nobody, blah, 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 blah. Even when the card came out, some people still were doubting the fact that I was going to marry him. And he himself usually looks at our pictures today and be like, oh my God, what did you even marry? What did you, just the kind of question you're asking, how did this happen? And I know that he will tell you if he was there, which he always says every opportunity he gets. I did a lot of shakara. Maybe my own was worse than Obie's own because, yes, those were the things I was also looking at. Like, I never wanted to marry an Igbo man. Apologies to all of my in-laws. I'm not saying Igbo people are bad, but I never wanted to marry an Igbo man. First daughter in my father's house. I wanted to marry from my tribe. And that was what was always guiding me. When a guy comes to talk to me and asks, where are you from? And once he just mentioned, unfortunately for me, all the people who were coming to me were Igbos. I
Wow.
went to school in Niger State. Igbo men were still following me in Niger State. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. So it was like I was destined to be an Igbo wife, and here I am. So thank you so much. Good advice. You see what you want, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? It's a yes or no. But you will never know if you don't try. So
Yep.
go for it. And there's something my mom will always say. He said, no woman is bigger than a man.
Yeah.
Because we are not in competition. You're a man. A man has his place, a woman has her place. So you can never say, oh, that woman, that one, she's too big for me. No, no, no. Go for it. And you might just have a godly father like Obiye's father who hear from the Lord and say, this is your husband. All right, Obiye, advice to the sisters before we go.
Okay, so one counsel I would give to sisters is just be yourself. There was this book I read even before I used to read a lot of books. In fact, books were my biggest spending before getting married. So I read a book, Lady in Waiting. Yeah. And so it taught me to be myself and keep growing and developing myself. I think when he was coming, I was doing my master's at the time. I was working, I was doing side businesses, and all of those things, just improving myself in every way possible. So we have a lot of people and who maybe just finish school, they say they want to do Oga wife. You don't know whether you are destined to marry Oga. So you never can tell. So instead of sitting down waiting for the Oga that is going to turn you to Oga wife, I think it's important that every lady invests on personal development, whether it's furthering your education, learning a digital skill, or doing something to improve and increase your value. I think that's one counsel I have for ladies. Then, secondly, I know marriage is a decision that you take personally, right? Because you're going to live with the consequences, whether good or bad, however the outcome. However, there's a place of mentors. There's a place of counselors. There's a place for, parents, both biological and spiritual parents. So, because sometimes these people have the experiences, they can smell a rat from a distance. You understand? So I think while you're trying to do, this is my life, it's my choice, and all of those things, I think it's also very important that you speak to these people who God has put around you. Bible says that in the multitude of counsel, there is safety. So I think for sisters, please, you are never alone. Don't walk alone. Speak to those people in your life. God has placed them there for a reason. They will not take the husband from you, no. But they will provide, especially if they are godly people, they'll be able to provide godly counsel. I mean, people came before him. When he was coming, people that had big money, serious money, he knows. They had brought kola nuts. He knows, a lot of people were coming, from abroad. He knows. So, but then I just sought counsel in all of these things, and then I still ended up taking the decision, and it has been the biggest decision and the best of my life. Like the peace, the joy, the rest.
Money can't buy it. Money can't buy it. Money cannot buy it. That peace, that joy, that love, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Network, there was a bit of glitch there, but fantastic to hear. That peace, I was just trying to emphasize to people that peace, that love, there are people with all the millions. They wish that they can buy peace of mind with that million. They are there in the morning. There's no peace, there's no joy, there's no love. Those are things that cannot be bought and cannot be equated to any money in life. Fantastic. Sisters, I hope you are all hearing. I want to add something to Sister Obiye's advice to sisters. Be careful of how you portray yourself on social media. I always say this to the young ladies. The world is now a global village. So when you come out there, be careful of the image you portray. What are you selling yourself as? Remember that these people don't know who you are outside of that image they see. And they are going to conclude that by what they see, this is who you are. So whoever you want to be, just be conscious that whatever you're doing on social media is who you are. You're telling people this is who I am, and that's who they are going to take you to be. How did it happen that the person that knew that Obiye just broke up is the same person Candice went to? I always tell them these conversations happen behind the scene, whether we like it or not. So be careful of how you portray yourself out there. My time is up and I need to go, but I wish I could stay here because I'm having a fantastic time. And I know that our viewers are having an excellent time by all of the comments that we have had here today. I hope you've learned something. If you have not heard any other thing, hear it today. Being virtuous still pay. If you're a man, go for what you want. Know what you want. I think that's the first point. Know what you want and go for it. Don't be the man that is double-minded. Nobody likes a man that doesn't know what he wants or a man that is not sure. You are going to be in the driver's seat of your marriage. So you must show that you know the way for somebody to confidently follow you. Well, some people are just joining and saying, oh, I missed it. You did not miss it. You can go back and watch the show. Once we end the live show, the video is there on our platform. You can go and watch it. And please remember to subscribe. Remember to share. Remember to follow us. There's more juicy stories on this platform. Every Sunday evening, we are here. We're bringing you love stories. Thank you so much, Obiye. Thank you so much, Candice. I'm so proud. I'm so proud that I brought you to social media.
Mama, you are powerful.
Like, I wish I had a bell. I would have rung the big bell now. I did it. There's nothing to rush. Thank you. I know you're busy people, and I truly appreciate your time. I'm coming here today, and I know that you've influenced somebody one way or the other by your love story. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring Obiye back very soon because we have to come and talk about natural health. This woman that is sitting down here is a powerhouse. You don't want to miss that edition. We'll have a powerhouse to talk about natural health, and we'll do some advertising of her products. She is doing wonders. All right. Thank you so much for coming, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We love you. We'll see you again next week. Have a lovely day.
Thank you. Bye.